Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry that I am a little bit late. I think I'm 2 minutes late. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm 12 minutes late because some person has been messing me around all day. I've been waiting for them all day, and but yeah, either way, we're here with the main man himself. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, all good, thank you. All good. Look, it's been a chaotic day when it comes to the Harry Kane. You sort of come out of nowhere. It's been a bit quiet for the past few, but yeah, I'm looking forward to discussing it again with you, Lee.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on again. And
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a good one last time. And I'm guessing from your perspective, you just can't wait for this to be over. Him stay or him go.
Yeah,
Um,
no, you're absolutely spot on. I think most Spurs fans just want a conclusion to this because it's unbelievably tiring. You had 2 years ago that transfer saga in Man City that just went on all summer long. And look, the news coming out today, at least it's some sort of closure that he's not going to sign a new contract. For me, with him not signing a new contract now, I think you've got to let him go. I think you have to let him go. Otherwise, he's just going to go for free next summer. He's not going to sign a new one, no matter how well we do. We're not going to be winning trophies this season, are we? But I mean, yeah, it's just tiring as a Spurs fan. And if he does go, one of the only positives from a Spurs fan's perspective will be that there'll be no more of these transfer sagas, no more of these, updates every 5 minutes. And as Spurs fans as well, I just want to say this quickly. There's been a lot of talk about captaincy. He would take over as captain after Harry Kane. I personally, along with a lot of other Spurs YouTubers, have said Heung-min Son because I love Harry Kane. Right, don't get me wrong. He's been loyal to Spurs. He has. Yes, he pushed for a move 2 years ago, but I genuinely don't blame him. But I'd make Heung-min Son captain because he's a man who openly came out before our first pre-season game and said, "I'm staying at Tottenham. I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia." No other player's done that. Harry Kane hasn't done that. He hasn't come out and said, "I want to move to Bayern Munich." Come out and said, "I don't want to move" on hot ones or in anything. He's been fairly quiet. So Heung-min Son, on the other hand, he's coming out, getting rid of these rumours. So I think if Kane goes, Son would be a good captain. But I just want it to be over in all honesty, whether he's staying or going, mate.
yeah. One thing I do have to say, obviously, is this is just a horrible situation to be in. Obviously, we were in it with Lewandowski, obviously ages ago when he was going to he pushed his way to Barca. Do you think now though that this whole news, which I can actually quickly put it on the screen, let me put it on the screen. So this whole news here of him pushing his way out, do you think that is, how do I say it? Like him, he's obviously pushing his way out, but do you think he's trying to make Levy accept? Because you know what Levy's like. Levy isn't going to want to. He's not going to want to accept anything under £100 million. Where I don't think Bayern are going to go that high. I really don't.
And that's one of my concerns as well, and I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, like it's Just go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, but look, what I'll say about Harry Kane right now is, and this is where Daniel Levy, when it comes to protecting players, can either be absolutely fantastic or absolutely horrendous. And this is a situation I feel will go absolutely horrendous because Kane doesn't want to sign a new contract. You know that as Spurs fans, you know that as Bayern fans, he wants to move to Bayern. We're hearing it from every source out there. The thing is with Daniel Levy, he's going to keep going up and up and up and trying to get the most amount of money for Harry Kane. Like you say, Bayern Munich, I doubt as well, would put in a 100 million bid for a player with a year left on his contract, which I understand. I think Daniel Levy, if an 80 million euro bid came in now or 90 million, when you consider that Kane might go for a free or will go for free next summer because he's not going to sign a new contract, I think you have to accept that. But this is what I fear is going to happen. Bayern are going to keep bidding. They're going to keep bidding more and more. Spurs are going to keep rejecting, and I reckon it will be 2 or 3 weeks before the end of the summer transfer window when Bayern Munich do get him, and then it's too late to really bring in a target. If we are to sell Harry Kane this summer right now, which I think we should, when you consider that he go for a free next summer anyway, and he clearly doesn't want to be here and is keen on the move to Bayern, I think you have to sell him as soon as possible. Because then we're getting into a situation where he's playing pre-season games, he's gelling into a squad he's probably not going to be in next season. And, we sell him a few weeks before the summer transfer window ends. It's going to be a pure and utter panic and rush to try and bring in a replacement, and we won't identify the right one. If we sell Harry Kane now, at least we've got some time to identify the replacement who we want. But that's my thoughts and opinions on it. Some Spurs fans might disagree, some might agree. But I think if we are to let Harry Kane go, which we should, it has to be as soon as possible. And Levy cannot be the tight task. He's so used to being, honestly, in this transfer zone. Because if he is, we're going to head into next season with Charlton as our number 9, which, trust me, as a Spurs fan, we don't want to do.
Yeah, no, I can see that, definitely. It's a sticky situation, most definitely. Now let me quickly go through these comments. So is Kane forcing his way out of Tottenham? Now, obviously, I put that in the title. The reason I put that in the title, is he going to be disrespectful to Tottenham? Probably not. Probably not come out and say, I want to leave this club and bash the club and do all of that. He's not going to do that. It's his boyhood club. He's played there. Like you said earlier in this stream, he could have left 2 years ago. You know what I mean? He stayed and eventually stayed. I believe I'm right by saying he signed a new deal from that as well, from that City situation. Yeah. Am I right by saying? Yeah, like he signed a new deal and everything. And don't get it twisted, you're paying his wages, so you're paying him a good amount of money. But still, he stayed. He scored 30 goals this season, just gone, last season, whatever you want to say. And so I don't think he's going to do it disrespectfully like Lucas Hernandez has. But the fact of him not signing a brand new deal is him forcing his way out. That's why I put it in the title. This guy loves Harry Kane, by the way. Will go down as the greatest English player of all time, winning the treble. To be honest with you, I'm down to say that, bro. If he's going to win the treble, I'm down to win another treble. Most definitely.
If he goes to Bayern as well with the trophies he'll win, I think so.
Yeah. Because let's put it this way, right? He's 30 years old. Let's say we sign him on let's just say a 5-year deal. I don't know if it will be a 5-year deal. That then takes him to 35 years old. He's previously said that he wants to go back to the Premier League. So do you think the fact that he's not being quote unquote disrespectful is so he could go back there and then hopefully beat that record of Alan Shearer? Because he's so close to it anyway. What do you think on that one? Yeah.
No, look, I think you're right there. I do think Harry Kane is leaving his options open. As much as he sounds it sometimes, he's not stupid. And he realised he made a mistake by signing that new contract when City were after him. Hence the fact he couldn't go because there were a few years left of it. But I think with Harry Kane, what you will be getting is you'll be getting a loyal player. You'll be getting a player who never pops up in the media for anything bad. And you'll be getting a world-class player, in all honesty. And whether he's there for 3 years or 5 years, I'd bank on Bayern Munich winning the Champions League next season if you've got Harry Kane. But, I mean, my thoughts and opinions have changed on it. Honestly, I came on your channel, 3 weeks ago, and I said I don't think it would happen. But the development since then, your president, I believe, coming out and talking about him openly. And this is what these big clubs do. And we had it with Real Madrid before, right? And they were going after Gareth Bale. They almost forced it. So they'll set up the stage for the announcement. They'll, have people openly talking about it. And if Harry Kane goes, I will clap him off. And I think every Spurs fan will. There is no animosity towards this man at all. He's been completely and utterly let down by a terrible owner who's surrounded him with terrible players. And yeah, I wish him all the best if he does go to Bayern Munich. I hope to see him lift the Champions League. And I know a lot of Spurs fans will be like, because he's not done it with us. And I do think a trophy would mean more. And this is nothing against Bayern winning it with us than any other team in Europe. But I would like to see him go on and get success and win things and go down as a legend. But it's just a shame he hasn't had Tottenham. But that's nothing to do with it. It's to do with the players around him, which is obviously the fault of the owners. But I do think he's leaving his options open later. But I think if Kane's going to go, he's going to spend the rest of his probably prime career at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, no. I definitely know where you're coming from. And it's just... I'm not trying to gloat here or anything like that, but it's still crazy to me. Obviously, being an Englishman myself, which people always go on about because I'm a Bayern fan, but being an Englishman myself, how many players you have missed out on? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be that guy, but Ruben Diaz, you could have got, Kim Min-jae, you could have got Bruno Fernandes, like
Dybala. There's so many. Bastoni last summer.
Yeah, man.
So many, but I just worry about missing out. That's why if we're going to sell Kane, it has to be as soon as possible, because then,
Yeah.
you know, we keep rejecting bids and we think, oh, Levy's trying to keep Kane. It's stupid. You go for a free next summer anyway. And if we sell him now for the next bid that comes in, you know, because then you're getting still a very good amount of money that you can invest in a replacement, which is going to be hard anyway. I think he is quite literally irreplaceable. The only two players I think of are Mbappe and Osimhen. Whilst we may have the money from selling Harry Kane, then look, it's going to be hard to replace him, but I think we need to sell him soon so we can, and then we're not rushing for the last few weeks of the transfer window being linked with everyone. You know how it is because you experienced it with Lewandowski last summer. You were saying about it earlier. So, look, I just think if he's not signing, get him out the door. But you're going to have one hell of a player on your hands.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's just say it's happening. He signs for Bayern. You get, let's just go with 100 million euros, which would be 85 million pounds. Who would you personally like as a Tottenham fan to come in the door? Obviously, you mentioned a couple, but I don't know if you'd be able to get those for that price. You know,
it's tough. Yeah, no, you're right. I think 100 million. See, this is the thing. If we get that money for Harry Kane, I think we need to invest it into a replacement for Harry Kane and still get the centre backs we need. But it's hard. Osimhen would be probably top of my list. And Mbappe, I'm completely wrong. That 100 million, could you convince him? Probably not. I mean, the money's there, but is the attraction there? Probably not. Maybe even, you know, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. We've been linked with Vlahovic, which I think, okay, he's a decent striker, but he's nowhere near the level. Like I say, there's very few that we could get in with that Harry Kane money who are on the same level. Haaland, not a chance. That Man City now comfortable there. Osimhen, I doubt it. Kylian Mbappe, let's not take the piss. You know, it'll be very, very hard to find a replacement. And like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if we do enter next season with Richarlison up front. I mean, you know, he was a great defender for West Ham in the pre-season game. We had the other day. It's horrendous. He cannot score. But I think for me, there's not too many. I really don't know. Vlahovic maybe, and then you buy top class centre back. But like I say, the only options on the same level or just below the level of Harry Kane in Osimhen, probably not going to get him. So it's so hard to find a replacement. I think if we sell him, we've got to strengthen the rest of the squad more as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I agree with you. Let's see what some people are saying quickly in the chat. Big up, people. Big up, YouTube. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Bo Ford, hopefully you're doing well as well. We need to move on from this Kane thing, to be honest. Yeah. No, this is like a good friend of mine and a channel regular. And the reason he's saying that is because just how long this saga has taken. And obviously you all know because you're on the other end. Well, I cannot speak on the other end. So it definitely is a frustrating one. But I think we're in too deep now. I really, really do. I think, we've already dug the tunnel. We just need to go and get the player, and you know, it's just not going to happen. Liam, do you think we are waiting to try to get one or two deals across the line to have more money to put in what is in like sell players? Maybe, I'm not sure, but. On Jan Sommer himself, it looks like Bayern are trying to keep him, if you believe the recent reports. You know, 100 million pounds for him is playing dumb from a Bayern Munich perspective. 110%. You know, because try and get him as cheap as you can from a Bayern perspective. Of course, Spurs aren't going to like that, and Spurs, exactly, 100%. Is Sadio Mané a done deal to Al Nassr? Not sure, but I hope so. If I'm honest. Pavard. I want to talk about Benjamin Pavard, right? So Benjamin Pavard, obviously a player for us, can play right back, can play centre back, has come out and said ages and ages ago, that he wants to play as a centre back. Now, you guys need a centre back. Would you be, I don't know if I asked you this again last time, to be honest with you. So if I did, then just tell me. But
I don't think you did.
No, because I remember you saying that you would like the lit. I remember you saying that. Would you take? I don't know what. let's just say a certain amount of money, because I don't want to put like a particular number. Would you take a certain amount of money and Pavard?
No.
No.
Simple as that. Probably not. I don't know too much about Pavard. You know, the most I know about him was that goal for France in the 2018 World Cup. I've seen bits of him fine. He looks all right, but the fact you're almost trying to get him out a little bit and he's willing to move, it puts me off a little bit. I mean, we're already going in for Tapsoba, Van den Ven. I hope we get one of them or both. If we sell Harry Kane and we only buy a centre-back, that centre-back has to be on the level of Ligt or someone like that, in my opinion. But look, Pavard, it's a no for me. But if we were to bring him in as well as other players, I'd be open to it. I would be open to it. Our right backs at the club right now and centre-backs, you know, like I say, we've got Romero, who's a solid centre-back, very prone to making mistakes. We've got Dyer, Sanchez, people like that. And right backs, we've got Poro, but then Royale and people like that. It's just, we haven't got enough depth or strength in those positions. So I take Pavard, but just him, nah, not for me.
Yeah, no, I get you. I know exactly where you're coming from. Well, the manager, Thomas Tuchel, actually wants to keep him. It come out today saying that he wants to keep him, but Pavard has said to everyone that he wants out. And to be honest, you can't blame him. He's won absolutely everything with Bayern. So, yeah, there's that. Let's bring this back up on the screen. So, obviously, we read this, but I'll read it one more time quickly. So, Harry Kane will not sign a new contract at Tottenham and will be keen to move to Bayern Munich if a deal can be agreed. Then it's been quote tweeted with some more news saying Tottenham would want £100 million, which would be 115 million euros, ideally in one upfront payment to consider selling Harry Kane. The striker will not push to leave this summer, but has no intention of extending his deal. So he basically wants out. Simple as that. Like, let's not beat around the bush with it. We've got some more people coming in and saying some things. Get some questions in, because I'll tell you straight up, I am not a Tottenham fan, obviously. And, this man is good friend of mine, and this man is. So get your questions in, because, he's going to know more about Tottenham than me, obviously.
I'll answer anything.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the news. Okay, it's just random news about goalkeepers. We don't need to care about that right now. Where are we? It could be, or it could be a major flop, especially if we get him so late. I know where you're coming from. Ideally, we need to get him in ASAP, because there's no point getting him at the end of the transfer window. Would he still have a good season? I think so, but we generally need Harry Kane to fit in with the players straight away. So yeah, that's that. If we got Kane at the start of the window, it would have made a massive difference, exactly. And now they're saying this saga could extend until August. I'd say scrap this Kane thing and find someone else. Yeah, I know where the frustration comes from, YouTubes. I get it, mate. I get it, without a doubt. Gotta respect, respectfully disagree. I see him doing everything but seemingly fitting in, just like, yeah, exactly. I know where you're coming from with that. Mané is good. Spurs should get him. I don't think they would want to pay his wages. The guy is on 22 million a year.
Is he 22?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
I don't want
exactly.
22 million.
And that's why we say he's a flop.
That's ridiculous. I didn't. That's mental.
Yeah. The striker will not push to leave the summer. Forget him and move on. No, because it's saying that he's not gonna push his way out disrespectfully. I think he wants to go back there. I really do. There are 3 top level established strikers: Haaland, Levy, and Kane. Yeah, obviously Benzema would have been in that one, but now obviously he's gone over to Saudi Arabia. So, but yeah, no, I do have to agree with Vlahovic quickly though, because I know you mentioned him. Now, if I'm being 100% honest, and the viewers will know, I want Vlahovic over Harry Kane, just because of the fact that he's younger, cheaper. So if you were to get him, I would be kind of annoyed, if I won't lie. But of course, if we get Harry Kane on the other hand,
that's interesting.
yeah.
Personally, you can have You can have Vlahovic and keep
Yeah,
Harry Kane. But
you keep Harry Kane, yeah. Yeah, like I just think you know, I get why he's not as attractive as for a player, because obviously he hasn't done that well for Juventus. But I think what we do have to remember is this Juventus team are crap, generally crap. So and De Ligt was crap for them, and now he had the you know, one of the best seasons he's ever had. So that's what I would say personally. But yeah, I do agree with you in the fact that there's not really that many strikers out there, and I generally think that's why we're pushing so hard for Kane, because you know,
yeah,
cracks me up when you hear Brits disrespect Bayern like we're club then have fit. No.
nothing against Bayern, man. Nothing against Bayern.
No. How likely do you think it is that Levy to soften his stance? How important is the fee to Spurs versus the 1 year with Kane? Possible top four. Okay, that's a couple of questions. So let's start with how likely do you think it is that Daniel Levy will soften up on this deal?
I mean, Daniel Levy softening up is about as likely as me seeing Superman fly by my window. Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. The guy's an absolute. He's an orthodox tight ass, you know, and he's not going to soften up. As soon as he puts a price on it, he will not accept anything below. You can try and negotiate all you want, he won't. But personally, I would. I think you have to in this situation with Kane for the reasons I mentioned earlier. But I doubt Daniel Levy softens up in that answer to that question.
Yeah. How important is the fee for you?
For me, I think anything above 80 million pounds, that is not euros, I would take. I think below that, probably not. Daniel Levy, I mean, once he puts a price tag on it, which seems to be 100 million, he won't sell for anything below that. I'm telling you, he will not sell for anything below that. So, look, the fees, it is slightly important to me because it's the money that you're going to have to reinvest into a striker, and you don't want to be selling for too low and then not be able to get at least a fairly decent replacement for Harry Kane, even if they're not on the same level, close to the level of Kane. So, look, I mean, it is slightly important to me, but to Daniel Levy, he won't sell for anything below any the fee or the price tag he puts.
Yeah. And then possible top four?
Nah, it's not going to happen next season. But I don't think, as a Spurs fan, right, and this is away from the Harry Kane talk a little bit, whether we have Harry Kane or not, I don't think we're necessarily focused on top four next season, because the last few seasons, or not the last season was atrocious and we were in such a mess. I think it's more about bringing in a few players, letting them gel together, beginning this rebuild we've got under our new manager.
With the new manager.
I'll be very happy. Yeah, I'll be very happy with Europa League and entertaining football, because that's progress. And look, we've already seen the sort of football Ange Postecoglou is going to play. Yeah, I'm not fussed about Champions League, and especially because we got into the Champions League a few seasons ago. We thought we were going to really push on. It's not an important people, and this is something that annoys even my friends think it. And maybe it's different for other clubs, but as a Spurs fan, Champions League means nothing. We got into it. We thought we were going to sign all these big players. We didn't. We didn't look at. But then that is more of a Tottenham thing, because Arsenal have gotten into it and they've signed Rice and Yuri and Timber. When we got in it, we were signing 34-year-old Perisic and players like that. So Champions League's more a club success for Daniel Levy. It's more money in his fat wallet. It don't mean too much to me. And like I say, I'm not fussed about top four. Do I think we'll make it? No. I think next season, it pains me to say it, Arsenal probably win the league. Arsenal or Man City, them two contending, and I think Man United, Liverpool fill up those other two spaces. But top four for me, I don't think so. I'm not fussed about it.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Welcome in, Rajat, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. You say you have nothing against Bayern, but Liam has an no. Liam doesn't care about any other club than Bayern. So
I don't blame you, to be honest.
Just like that's just how it is. And I like winding your fans up on social media as well, because they just bite. They like bite. They're like a piranha.
I know. Spurs Twitter. Honestly, you just have to make one comment. I'll tell you what. The Enoch out and Enoch inners, right? I personally like. I mean, it out.
Don't know if we've lost him. I'll take him out a minute and I'll bring him back in when he comes back in. But no, I most definitely don't have anything against Spurs in itself, but just every club, because Bayern are my club, and anyone else can do one. I don't care about any other club than Bayern, if I'm being honest. There we go.
There we go. Sorry about that, mate. My internet's been dog shit.
Don't worry about it.
I went off my own stream yesterday randomly. I had a guest on and I just disappeared and then had to come back on. But I do apologise.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, like when you released your new kit, I put a is it a GIF? Is that how you say it? Of a load of chickens looking up, and oh my god, they bit at that. They weren't happy with that.
Okay.
So yeah, most definitely. Exactly, and I think that's another thing that people don't understand, because us Englishmen, we understand it. Like the banter is that's just what it is.
Exactly,
as long as you don't go personal, yeah. But like
it's football banter. It's like you're heading to school, you go down the pub, you take the piss out of each other's teams,
exactly.
Try to wind them up with things to get to them. So
exactly,
I suppose maybe some countries abroad don't get it as much, but it's different sense of humour, isn't it? You know, we might not understand some of the jokes people abroad have. So
yeah, exactly. Most definitely. No, I didn't mean that to sound like you disrespected Bayern. So many have. So basically what Bo's saying is so many fans have disrespected Bayern. Yeah, I think it's mainly the media, though. The media, especially Talk Sport, talking absolute waffle about
Talk Sport are horrendous with us, mate.
Yeah.
Talk Sport are horrendous with us. It's like some of the things they say, they're pushing like, and this is the thing, this whole Harry Kane thing, the media, they just like, and I'm sure it probably feels the same for you as well, but the amount of stories that get made up as well, and titles and clickbait. I was like, some of those Talk Sport presenters, if Rory Jennings didn't get a job at Talk Sport, I mean, why am I not in there? I don't understand it. They talk shite, honestly.
Literally. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, we've actually got something from Brits here. I didn't even notice that. Let me see what that says. Is this? I don't know if he's saying the same thing that other people have said. Tottenham know that Harry Kane is speaking to Bayern, but have no communication from him that he has decided anything. Bayern will return for Kane a bit again, as they feel the striker really wants this move. Oh, okay. So it's nothing we don't really know. Nothing we don't really know. What's the chat saying? Also, I forgot to say, I should have said this at the start. Make sure hit the subscribe button to his channel. It's in there. I'm sure we're going to link up again after this one. I'm not ending right this second. We've got about 10 minutes left, I think he said. Are you all right to go to 10-2, or you want to do 5 more minutes?
Yeah, no, that sounds absolutely sound, mate.
Okay, no worries. Let's see what people have said. YouTube is in here trying to stir the pot like Nabry today. Oh, he always does it, bro. He always does it. He's a wind-up merchant. Diaby's gone to Villa for 50 million. Another big Bundesliga talent gone to the Prem, most definitely. Diaby's a good player.
Diaby's got a Villa.
From what
they're making some signings, man. Pau Torres, Diaby.
For real.
They're going to be good next season, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Lost Kane for free, but get top 4. Oh, okay. So it's a question. Okay, so lose Kane for free, but you get top 4, or get 100 million for Kane, but no top 4.
100 million for Kane, no top 4. Top 4 means nothing for us. We saw it a few years ago. It's just people call it the same as a trophy. No, it's not. It means you qualify for a tournament. In our case, a few years ago, we qualified for a tournament we weren't good enough for, didn't have the quality for. So. Exactly. All day long, 100 million, no top
4. 100%. 100%. Dembele is class. He's just trying to wind people up, by the way. Everyone at ESPN, etc., are so full of themselves. Oh, most definitely. But again, with no disrespect, because they might not be American, but that's a lot of Americans, talking waffle, to be honest with you. Dembele is class, but injury prone. We got a question for you. You start in daily streams now? ? If so, I'll be watching them regularly. So, have you been streaming?
So what was the question?
Have you started daily streaming now?
Look, I haven't been streaming for quite a while, in all honesty, because I've had a very busy year. I had my GCSEs, I've had a lot going on in my personal life, but I did a couple streams yesterday. I'm going to be streaming more. It's not daily. I do enjoy doing the transfer videos as well, but I try and stream a few times a week. I'm off for 6 weeks before I head back to college. But no, I appreciate your comment, and yeah, it'd be great to have you tune in, like everyone in the chat. But guys, keep supporting the Bayern View and Liam. Absolutely fantastic channel.
No, big up for real. And if you ever want me on any of those streams, you just let me know, G. I'm there, without a doubt. Well, okay, we've got get some questions in. We've got about 7 more minutes now, and then we'll bounce. But yeah, just to wrap it up a little bit. So from what I've got from this, obviously the last one you were like, not happening. Levy is stingy, which he still is, but Levy is stingy and it won't happen. Now are you basically thinking the other way?
Mate, my internet's going all over the place.
Don't worry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Don't worry. I can hear you, bro. Don't worry. Are you on the other? Yeah, are you on the other side now? Are you on the other side thinking that Harry Kane will leave now?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've changed my mind. I mean, I came on here a few weeks ago and said it wouldn't happen, but the fact he's not signing a new contract, I think he will. The way he's going about his business, well, not forcing, I think he's thinking tactically about potentially coming back to the Prem down the line. Yeah, I mean, it hurts as a Spurs fan. It really does, because we've had this guy for so many years, and people are, he's just a player, but it hurts that he hasn't won a trophy with us and that he hasn't been successful with us, because he's such a good player, man. He's been with us since 2015, the amount of memories of Harry Kane. But I think he's going. I do think he's going this summer. I can't see how we keep him. And if we do, Daniel Levy is a moron. He is I mean, he already is, but he's a double moron. Because why would you keep a player who doesn't want to sign a new contract? He's got a year left. Absolute cretin. But look, he's been let down by the club, man. And like I say, as Spurs fans, or there might be one or two idiots, you see, but I think as a whole, and me personally, I wish him all the best at Bayern Munich. I have nothing against Bayern Munich. Like I say, I wish him all the best, and I won't be jealous of him winning trophies there, because I think that that's exactly what he deserves. He deserves trophies. He deserves Champions League, which I hope he wins if he does join you. And I wish him all the best if he does go. But I do think his time at Spurs over, which it does hurt. I'm not going to lie, it does hurt. I've got a picture behind me of one of his first goals against Everton. You've got this little plaque here. So yeah, I mean, go over there now. So that's
I know where you feel, man. It's just like, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got art behind me, and I have a picture in the other room of Lewandowski. Yeah, that's not going up. So I know how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. I'm going to follow/subscribe. Thank you very much, Bo. Yeah, definitely support him. For real.
Thank you. Really appreciate that, brother.
Of course. Oh my God. Well, this Kane saga is going on. Liam should jump. Yeah, whenever. As long as I can, get to my computer and I don't have idiots messing me around. That's not him, by the way. That's not him. It's people that should be doing things to this place. And I had to literally move everything in this room. So that's why I was a little bit late. What's the time? Okay, we've got a couple more minutes. No way we're getting Kane, mate. We're starting the season with Chupo. Oh, don't be that guy. you could be right. Because Levy is stingy, most definitely. Chupo is injured. Yep. So we'll be starting with Tau. Not too bad, to be honest. If we do start with Tau, I'm all for that. To be honest, I think Pavard is better than Tapsoba and Van de Ven. He just wants out because he wants to start at centre-back. Exactly. And that's why I think the whole rumour of him going to Manchester City doesn't make any sense, because if Pep Guardiola says to you, you want to play centre-back, I don't care. You're playing right back. We've seen what he's done with the two centre-backs, Ake and Akanji.
They've just signed Guardiola as well. I think Romano said, "Here we go" the other day. So when you get that much game time there.
Yeah, that's why I can see him. I could generally see Pavard going to Italy. To be honest with you, Milan, I think it is AC Milan. May as well start. Nope. Nope. I'm a Nabry fan. I got him behind, but I don't want him playing at centre forward. Needs to be on the right hand side. Right, let's go through these comments. We are going into the season with Tao and Chupo. Maybe. Depends if we can sweet talk Levy. Yes, he will be staying in the Prem. We should forget about him. And yep, I know where you come from. Thank you very much, Rajat. So bits of a striker, definitely not. Definitely not. He might score 5 goals against an amateur team, but he's still crap. We have to realise.
I saw that the other day. 27-0.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah. It's just an amateur team that's close to Bayern by the Alps, I believe. So I think all of the proceeds went to them. So it was for a good cause. But yeah, we slapped them when we had Lewandowski in 2019. We slapped them 23-0, and we upped it, of course.
What do they agree to do in this game? Or is it so? Do you want to play Bayern Munich? You get some money, but you get the embarrassment of losing by almost 30 goals.
Yeah, for real. Literally nuts. Last thing I'll ask on this. So obviously Julian has obviously come out, the main guy, and said some mad statements. As a Tottenham fan, how did you take that?
I took it as the same thing that happened with Gareth Bale, with the Real Madrid president coming out and going, he's going to be joining us, he wants to join, because in the Premier League it's so hush hush, if you know what I mean. It's so no owner really comes out and speaks anyway, let alone comes out and speaks about players. You get it in Spain, you get it in Germany, owners, and I like it. I wish we did it in England. I really do, because it's unbelievably frustrating hearing nothing from the person who owns your club. So I wish we did what other nations do too, especially the way that German clubs are running. And I wish they were run like, or I wish our clubs were run like that in the UK. Spurs could be, but I think I've seen it all before. Well, I haven't personally, but Spurs fans have. The Gareth Bale saga. It's what these big teams do. Your Real Madrids, your Bayern Munichs, these massive teams. They'll push for a move. They'll almost force it. Real Madrid put up the stage for Gareth Bale to join. Their president openly said Gareth Bale was going to join, and Gareth Bale joined. I think the same probably happened here. Bayern are pushing for it. Kane, he's not actually pushing for it by vacating training sessions, but by not signing a new contract, he's trying to force a move like
without a doubt.
You say, and we've seen it all before as well, and I think it will happen now. But what a play!
Yeah, I know where you're coming from.
Some team. I do apologise about the internet. Shit,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we'll wrap that up there, because I know that you've got things to do outside of YouTube and all of that. So thank you for coming on again, mate. As always, like I said, if you ever need me on your channel, if we want to do a video, stream, whatever, just you got my number, so you can just message me. And hopefully you guys are all doing well. Smash the thumbs up if you have enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button. Please go and check out the channel. It's in the title. Literally click it, hit subscribe. Good content over there, and maybe soon you'll see me over there again. And until then, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Till then, mia. Peace out.